Okay, check this out. Before Ice Cube was a household name, before he became a Hollywood superstar, and before he rocked the rap game, he was just O'Shea Jackson from the tough streets of South Central LA. But did you know that his journey from those mean streets to fame and fortune's a remarkable tale of determination, talent, and sheer willpower? You ever wonder how he managed to escape the hood's tight grip? Join me today and let's explore the life and times of Ice Cube before the fame. Early life in South Central Los Angeles. Okay, so before Ice Cube was a big shot that we all know today, he was just a kid named O'Shea Jackson. That's right, man. Ice Cube was born with a different name, but he sure made the switch to a cooler one later on. Cooler, get it? Now, Ice Cube's stomping grounds were in South Central LA, a place known for its rough and tough vibe. We talking about a neighborhood where crime was more common than sunshine, and you had to watch your back at every turn. But despite all the chaos around him, Ice Cube had a couple of passions burning bright within him. Now, he was crazy about music and football. Now, his parents, seeing his potential, decided to shake things up and move him to a better school in the San Fernando Valley. I mean, can you imagine that? Going from the mean streets to greener pastures? That's a big change. Now, growing up in a place like South Central LA wasn't all fun and games. Nah, man, Cube had to face some real tough stuff. He saw violence and lost firsthand, with friends getting mixed up in some seriously bad situations. But instead of letting it all drag him down, Ice Cube used it as fuel to fire up his determination to make something of himself. See, he wasn't gonna let the streets hold him back. Nah, man, not Ice Cube. And that determination, well, that's what set him on the path to greatness. But did his family have a hand in any of this too? Family influence. Now, Ice Cube's mams and pops, Jose and Doris Jackson, were like the dream team of parenting, man. See, they were there for him through thick and thin, always cheering him on and giving him the support he needed to chase his dreams. I mean, I guess you could say that they was the real MVPs in Cube's life. But despite all the craziness happening outside their front door, they created a home filled with warmth and affection. It was like their little haven away from all the chaos. And let me tell you, man, Ice Cube didn't just inherit his killer rap skills from his parents. Nah, man, he also got a hefty dose of their values too. Now, they taught him the importance of hard work, respect, and sticking together as a family. And you can bet sure as hell that Ice Cube carries those lessons with him wherever he goes, whether he's spitting rhymes on stage or kicking back with his loved ones. Now, family's always gonna come first for this guy. And speaking of family, Cube had a great relationship with his brother as well. Sibling dynamics. So Ice Cube wasn't an only kid. Now, he had a brother named Clyde. Now, let's just say that their relationship wasn't always sunshine and rainbows, man. Now, Clyde had a habit of getting under Ice Cube's skin, and one day he pushed him over the edge. Now, that's when Ice Cube decided he needed a stage name that was as cool as ice. Man, the pun intended, bruh. So he went from plain old O'Shea Jackson to the ice cold moniker we all know and love today. Now, having a brother like Clyde definitely added some spice to Ice Cube's upbringing. Now, they had their fair share of squabbles and turf wars, but deep down, they always had each other's backs. And while Clyde may have been a pain in the butt at times, he also played a big role in shaping Ice Cube's identity. Sometimes it takes a little sibling rivalry to toughen you up and make you who you are. But it wasn't all fun and games in the Jackson household. See, when Cube was just 12 years old, tragedy struck, man. His sister was taken from him in a senseless act of violence. Now, losing someone you love is never easy. But for Ice Cube, it hit him like a ton of bricks. It changed him, man. Made him see the world in a whole new light. And you better believe it left a mark on his music too. The pain, the anger, the raw emotion, it all came pouring out in his lyrics, giving his music that extra dose of realness that we all connect with. But before he entered the world of music, he was actually looking into becoming an architect, man. It's crazy, right? Educational pursuits. Yeah, man, you heard that right. After high school, he decided to take a shot at college and enrolled in the Phoenix Institute of Technology to study architectural drafting. But hey, even while he was hitting the books, Cube couldn't shake off his love for rap music. It was like a fire burning inside of him, driving him to spit rhymes and lay down tracks. So while he was learning the ins and outs of drafting, he was also hustling on the side, writing lyrics and crafting beats. Eventually, though, Ice Cube had to make a choice. Now, he realized that his true passion lay in music, not in drafting buildings. So he made the bold move to ditch the college scene and dive headfirst into the world of rap. Beginnings of rap career. Soon enough, he teamed up with some other talented cats to form the rap group CIA, which stood for Crew in Action, not the spy agency, just to clear that up. They started hitting up local parties, tearing up the stage with their killer performances and getting the crowd hyped. But it wasn't until Ice Cube crossed paths with the legendary Dr. Dre that things really started to take off. See, Dre was like the kingpin of the rap game back then, and having him in your corner was like winning the jackpot. Now, he saw something special in Ice Cube and gave him a platform to shine. Dre's influence and connections opened doors for Cube, propelling his budding rap career to new heights. But side by side, Ice Cube had things going on in terms of his religious beliefs. Now, back in 1990, Ice Cube did a major pivot and converted to Islam. Yeah, man, he made the switch and embraced a whole new way of seeing the world. But here's the thing, Ice Cube's take on Islam's all about keeping it real with himself and with the man upstairs. He ain't big on all the rituals and traditions that come with organized religion. Nah, for him, man, it's more about having a personal connection with a higher power and staying true to his own beliefs. And you know what? That's cool with him. He's all about respecting different faiths and finding his own path in the spiritual maze of life. Now, over the years, Ice Cube's views on religion have evolved, man. Now, he's dipped his toes into different faiths, from Islam to Christianity to Buddhism. Now, he's not about sticking to one label or box. He's all about exploring what the world has to offer and finding out what speaks to him on a deeper level. And you gotta respect that, right? Yeah, and he wanted to reflect messages through his music, too. And what better way to do that than to experience life? Ice Cube ain't just about dropping beats and making you groove. He's got something important to say too. See, his stance on guns is personal. Back when he was just a kid, he lost his sister to gun violence, and that hit him hard. So it ain't no surprise that he's all about taking a stand against guns and the harm that they can cause. You can even hear it in his lyrics too. Ice Cube ain't afraid to tackle the tough stuff like social issues and violence head on. He's like a voice for the streets, shining a light on the struggles and injustices that so many face every day. But here's the thing, Ice Cube ain't just about preaching from his soapbox. Nah, man, he's got a more nuanced approach. While he's anti-guns, the man's also realistic. He knows that sometimes having a gun can be necessary for protection. So he's cool with his kids having access to guns, but only if they're legal. They know how to use them responsibly, and they ain't packing heat everywhere they go. See, his social commentary started becoming popular, and soon after, Ice Cube was one of the OG members of N.W.A, the group that shook up the rap game like nobody's business. Now, N.W.A wasn't just a rap group, they was a straight-up revolution. Now, their music was raw, real, and in your face, tackling issues that other artists were too scared to touch. But eventually, Cube decided to part ways with N.W.A and do his own thing. And let me tell you, that was one of the best decisions that he ever made. It paved the way for his epic solo career and solidified his status as a rap legend. And the rest, as they say, that's all history. So what y'all think about Cube's life before all the fame? Make sure you sign off and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like that video. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll catch you next time.